Did you know there's one simple ingredient sitting in your kitchen right now that neurologists around the world call liquid gold for the brain? If you're over 60, just 1 tablespoon of this substance taken immediately after waking up on an empty stomach could be the difference between keeping your mind sharp and slowly slipping into a fog of forgotten memories. And here's the terrifying part. By the time you realize what's happening, you may have already forgotten what you never wanted to lose. I'm not talking about expensive supplements, miracle pills, or complicated diets. I'm talking about something so accessible yet so powerful that it's almost criminal how few people know about it. A simple daily habit that can protect what matters most: your memory, your independence, your identity. But why is this so critical? Because losing your memory isn't just about forgetting dates or names. It's about losing pieces of your story. It's about not remembering where you put your keys, then not remembering where you were going until eventually you don't remember who you are, and that hurts. I'm Dr. Brad Westwood, a physician specializing in brain health and cognitive medicine with over 25 years of experience in geriatric care and integrative medicine. And if there's one thing I've learned after decades of treating thousands of patients, it's that keeping your mind active is what truly keeps you alive. That's why today I want to show you the simplest and most effective way to protect your neurons from aging. It's something anyone can do every single day, and most importantly, it works. Before we continue, let me tell you something important. I've organized all of this into a complete 30-day plan, a simple and direct guide I created to help you recover energy, routine, and well-being after 60, with clear steps for morning, afternoon, and evening. Those who access it now also receive a special bonus to accelerate results from day one. The link is in the first pinned comment. Starting today is an act of self-care, and now I want to hear from you. What city or country are you watching from right now? Tell me in the comments because I'd love to know where this message is reaching. The truth is, nobody wakes up one day and simply forgets who they are. Cognitive decline is silent, slow, and often unnoticed until it starts to hurt. It begins with small misunderstandings, a name that doesn't come to mind, a familiar street that suddenly feels strange, a pot left on the stove, and then suddenly the fear hits. Am I getting sick? Is my mind abandoning me? But what almost nobody tells you is that there are ways to slow this process down, to protect your brain from the natural wear of age, and preserve what makes you, you. There's a simple, natural substance that over the years, experts worldwide have called liquid gold, not just for its nutritional value, but for its direct impact on brain health. But here's the most surprising part. This substance isn't hidden in expensive laboratories or exclusive to sophisticated clinics. It's closer than you think, and its power starts with a simple tablespoon on an empty stomach. How your brain actually ages. First, I want you to understand something essential. Your brain needs intelligent nourishment. It doesn't run on sugar and energy alone. It needs protection. Imagine your neurons as delicate electrical wires that carry thoughts, memories, and emotions. Over time, these wires become exposed and worn down, and that's where liquid gold comes in, to coat, protect, lubricate, and keep this network functioning properly. But for that to happen, you need to consume it the right way at the right time. And that's the biggest mistake I see my patients make. They think only what they eat at lunch matters, when in fact the first minutes of your day can determine how your brain will respond to aging. Think of your brain as a massive connection center. Every memory, every word, every step you take depends on trillions of tiny electrical signals sent between cells called neurons. These connections allow you to recognize your grandchild's face, remember where you put the remote control, or simply maintain a coherent conversation. Over the years, these connections begin to weaken. It's like the wires are rusting. The paths become harder to follow, the messages slower. And that's when many people start to feel the first signs: difficulty remembering simple words, loss of concentration, a feeling that their thinking is slower. But what few people know is that the brain doesn't age by chance. It ages due to two main factors: silent inflammation and oxidative stress. These names may sound complicated, but they're quite easy to understand. Silent inflammation is like a fire burning slowly without pain or fever, but damaging internal structures. Oxidative stress, on the other hand, is like rust slowly attacking neurons. Now imagine if there was a way to put out that fire, to clean that rust every day with something natural, accessible, and without serious side effects. Something you take as soon as you wake up that goes directly where it needs to go, protecting neurons before they start to deteriorate. That's exactly what this liquid gold does. It acts as an invisible shield, strengthens neuronal membranes, reduces chronic inflammation, and fights free radicals that accelerate brain aging. It's like putting oil on an old stuck gear, and it starts working smoothly again. Your thinking clears, your memory refreshes, your mind that was tired before seems to wake up with more energy. But most importantly, this isn't a coincidence. This effect is only possible because this ingredient contains natural compounds capable of crossing the brain's protective barrier and acting directly where the problem originates. And that's rare. Many healthy foods benefit the body, but few reach the brain. The warning signs. You're ignoring. Have you ever felt like you're in the middle of a sentence and the word just disappears? You have it on the tip of your tongue, but it just won't come out. Or worse, you completely forget what you were going to say, and then comes that awkward silence, that feeling that something's not right. These small lapses that many people try to disguise with jokes or blame on stress are actually warning signs, signals that your brain is crying out for attention, even if silently. The problem is that many people normalize these lapses as part of aging, but aging is not synonymous with memory loss. Aging shouldn't mean forgetting where your things are, confusing your grandchildren's names, or losing the thread of a conversation halfway through. These are the first signs that your neurons are under attack. Ignoring it today could mean losing your independence tomorrow. Other common signs include difficulty remembering recent appointments, swapping words without realizing it, repeating the same information several times, constant feeling of mental fatigue, losing everyday objects like glasses or keys, forgetting the way to familiar places. Now answer me honestly, how many of these signs have you noticed in yourself in recent months? If you've experienced even one or two of these, write the number 1 in the comments so I know you're paying attention and recognizing these warning signs. There's no need to despair, but it is time to act, because the sooner you recognize that your mind is crying out for help, the better chance you have of protecting it. Neurons are like plants. They need daily care. And if you water them correctly at the right time, they can flourish even at 70, 80, or 90 years old. The time has come to tell you what's behind this powerful nickname. The liquid gold that has protected the minds of thousands of people around the world is extra virgin olive oil. Yes, the same one that may already be in your kitchen, but that few people know how to use correctly. Why extra virgin olive oil is different. Extra virgin olive oil is much more than a condiment. It's a genuine natural pharmacy. Rich in polyphenols, essential fatty acids, and antioxidants, it has a special affinity with the brain. Unlike other fats, it crosses the blood-brain barrier, a kind of security gate for the brain, and acts directly on neurons. But be careful, it's not just any olive oil, and it's not prepared just any way. For it to truly work as a neuroprotector, it must be extra virgin, cold-pressed, from a reliable source, with acidity below 0.8%, and without mixtures. Most olive oils sold on the market don't meet these criteria, which is why many people consume them without noticing any effect. Another crucial point is timing of consumption. Extra virgin olive oil, when taken pure on an empty stomach right after waking up, has a much more powerful effect than when used for cooking or mixed with other foods. This is because the stomach is clean, and the active compounds are absorbed more quickly and effectively. It's at this moment that it acts as a true shield, reducing chronic inflammation, fighting free radicals, and protecting the brain connections that sustain your memory, your reasoning, your identity. It seems too simple, but that's precisely what makes this habit so powerful. It's easy, accessible, and if practiced correctly, can change your relationship with aging. Now, before we go further, I want to know where in the world you're watching from. Drop your country or city in the comments, because I love knowing this information is reaching people who truly need it. And if this is your first time watching, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because every week I share medical secrets that can transform your quality of life. Let me tell you, your support means everything to me, and I read every single comment personally. The fatal mistakes that block results. It's very common to hear someone say, "I use olive oil daily and don't notice any difference." In fact, many people consume this food without realizing they're completely canceling out its benefits through pure ignorance. The first and most common mistake is using olive oil for cooking at high temperatures. When you heat olive oil above 350 degrees Fahrenheit, it loses most of its bioactive compounds. The same substance that protects your neurons simply evaporates in the pan. Extra virgin olive oil is not meant for frying or sautéing for long periods. The second mistake is believing any olive oil will do. Many products sold as extra virgin are actually diluted mixtures with cheaper oils, which completely compromises their function. Or they're stored improperly, exposed to light and heat, which oxidizes the content even before it reaches your home. Another common mistake is consuming olive oil with foods rich in refined carbohydrates. Taking olive oil at breakfast with white bread, cookies, or sweets alters blood sugar levels and directly interferes with the absorption of its nutrients. The best way to consume it is pure, on an empty stomach, and wait at least 15 minutes before eating anything else. It's also common to store olive oil incorrectly. It must be kept away from heat and light and always tightly sealed. Good olive oil, if stored incorrectly, oxidizes and loses its properties. Ideally, keep it in a cool, dark place in dark glass containers, never plastic or transparent ones. And finally, there are those who overdose, thinking more is better. This can cause intestinal discomfort or overload the liver, especially in those who already have digestive problems. The correct dose is between 1 and 2 tablespoons per day, starting with 1 tablespoon on an empty stomach. And if your body feels fine, you can add another tablespoon during the day in salads or cold dishes. Correcting these details can make the difference between getting results or not. It's like taking medicine incorrectly. Even if it's effective, if administered wrong, it won't work. If you're learning something valuable here and you're committed to trying this correctly, write the number 2 in the comments so I know this information is resonating with you. How to choose real liquid gold. Not all olive oil is gold. Many labels lie, and consumers end up taking home a poor quality product, or worse, an adulterated one. To make sure you're buying genuine liquid gold, keep these essential points in mind. Acidity must be below 0.8%. The lower, the better. This information should be on the label. Cold pressed. This technique preserves active compounds. Look for cold pressed or cold extracted. Harvest date and short shelf life. Good quality olive oils have a maximum shelf life of 2 years and indicate the year of harvest. Avoid those that only show the expiration date. Origin, choose Spanish, Portuguese, or Italian olive oils with protected designation of origin. Packaging, store in a dark glass container, never plastic. Light oxidizes olive oil and destroys its nutrients. Price, authentic extra virgin olive oil is rarely cheap. Be wary of very low prices. Taking these precautions, you'll avoid being deceived and ensure real benefits for your brain. Look, I care about you too much to let you waste money on fake products. The olive oil industry is full of shortcuts and deception, but armed with this knowledge, you can protect yourself and make smart choices. Now let me give you the exact protocol that has worked for thousands of my patients over the past 25 years. How to take olive oil. Correctly, protection starts with 1 tablespoon on an empty stomach. Take it pure every day upon waking. It's that simple. This is when your body is clean and absorbs nutrients best. Wait 15 to 20 minutes before eating anything else. This gives the olive oil time to be absorbed and start acting on your nervous system. If your body feels good, you can include a 2nd tablespoon during the day, preferably raw in salads, cooked vegetables, or prepared soups. Avoid using it for cooking. Heat destroys its active ingredients. Start slowly. If you've never taken it this way, try half a tablespoon for the first few days and gradually increase the amount. The taste can be strong at first, but the benefits are considerable. Let me be very clear about what you can expect. Extra virgin olive oil doesn't just take care of your mind, it acts as a comprehensive ally for health, especially after 60. Heart. It reduces bad LDL cholesterol and increases good HDL cholesterol, helping keep arteries clean and blood pressure under control. Joints. Its anti-inflammatory compounds relieve pain and stiffness, especially in cases of osteoarthritis. Gut. It improves bowel movement, fights bloating, and regulates function, something essential at this stage of life. Immunity. It strengthens the immune system, reducing recurring infections and silent chronic inflammation. Skin. It nourishes from the inside out, keeping skin more hydrated, firm, and protected against premature aging. In other words, 1 tablespoon on an empty stomach doesn't just protect your neurons, it takes care of your entire body. A true gift from nature for those who want to age with autonomy and well-being. Now, I want to be honest with you about something. Taking olive oil one day and forgetting it the next makes no sense. The real benefit comes with repetition, with the silent consistency of someone who takes care of themselves daily. Think of it like brushing your teeth, a simple act, but done daily, it prevents serious problems. The same applies to your mind. 1 tablespoon on an empty stomach every day is a way of telling your body, I care about myself. The difference starts subtly. Greater concentration, fewer memory lapses, a clarity that returns. But for this to happen, the secret is maintaining the habit, even on days when you feel lazy. Your brain deserves this daily care. If you're committed to starting this tomorrow morning, write the number 3 in the comments. I want to see who's truly ready to make this change. Your mind is your most precious possession. With it, you remember your children's childhood, Sunday lunch conversations, the smell of your mother's house. When memory fades, it's not just the past that disappears, but your story that slowly unravels. But today, you discovered that your hands aren't tied, that there's a simple, natural, powerful gesture that can change the course of your aging. One spoon, one habit, one commitment to your clarity. Extra virgin olive oil can be just another bottle in your kitchen, or it could be the key to keeping your mind sharp, clear, and vibrant for years to come. The choice is yours. Take care of yourself now before forgetting starts to steal from you silently. I'm Dr. Brad Westwood, and if you've made it this far, you should know that this already shows something very important. You want to live well with health, memory, and autonomy. Apply what you learned today. Start tomorrow with your tablespoon of olive oil on an empty stomach. Make it an act of self-love. And if you want a complete path to take care of your energy, routine, and well-being, remember the 30-day plan is available in the first pinned comment. It's simple, direct, and designed for people like you who don't just want to age, but to live with dignity and vitality. Now I want to know, were you already using olive oil this way? Did you notice any difference? Or are you going to start tomorrow? Tell me in the comments, and don't forget to give this video a like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. Your brain will thank you.